Okay, Christina here to listen to some music. And today's music selection is Carry On My Wayward Son by Kansas. I've always kind of heard of the band Kansas. It's not just a state, it's a band. Apparently they're from Kansas though, perhaps hence the name. But I kind of got them confused with Boston, not the actual geographical place, but just the fact that they're a name of a place. So I've already been listening to Boston, so now I know Boston, and now we're going to get to know Kansas. So the band started in 1973. This song came out in 1976. That's about all I know. So this song came in first for the poll on Kansas songs. So on Patreon and for channel members, I take suggestions each week, and then I put those things into polls, and so then some of those get turned into reactions here. And so then what are we doing with them here? I am a professional classically trained musician, instrumentalist, vocalist, composer, and professor. So we talk about all the different aspects of the music, the composition, the instruments, and how it relates to us. How does this music make us feel? Why do we like it, or why do we not like it? Okay, so without any further delay, let's listen. Okay, here we go with Kansas.
Carry on my wayward son, there'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest, don't you cry no more. Once I rose above the noise and confusion, just to get a glimpse beyond this illusion. I was soaring ever higher, but I flew too high. Though my eyes could see, I still was a blind man. Though my mind could think, I still was a madman. I hear the voices when I'm dreaming. I can hear them say, carry on my wayward son, there'll be peace when you are.
Okay, wow. Okay, so first of all, I do recognize just that the very first vocal thing that came in. I know I've heard that before, like in the background, movies, on the radio, whatever. I had no idea what they were saying. Now I know. Like my little kid brain is like, everywhere wayward son. So, okay. My brain sure was trying hard to land on a specific style, genre, form, time signature, and it never really happened. It's all sort of discombobulated, like a duple and then a triple rhythm, and then, starts with vocals, and I'm thinking, oh, is this more like Southern rock or almost gospel sounding? By the way, the vocal chorus, awesome. I was very excited when I first heard that. But then it went into an instrumental thing with a guitar solo, and then it went into this beautiful piano thing with all the retrograde counterpoint, and I was like, what's happening? Where am I? And then it waited until that little piano thing, until the opening chorus thing came back. Oh, and then there was the singer. Amazing soloist. Great control. Lovely vibrato. Where are we going from here? Okay. I don't know. Well, let's back it up and continue on. What are we in for? Okay.
Carry on my wayward son, there'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest, don't you cry no more. My
Okay. Whew. Wow. I have to stop it there just so that my brain can process what it's hearing because there are so many different little sections. Really great hooks here. Again, I've been listening to Boston. We're doing the full album listening to of Boston by Boston. There'll be some released here on YouTube, and the rest will be on Patreon and for channel members. It's awesome. They are also really great at writing hooks and creating these catches that draw the listener in. And this song is completely overflowing with the different hooks or the catchphrases, musical catchphrases, because they don't always have words. But oh my goodness, there are at least 3 I can think of. And then the differences in the little instrumental solos, like the but the syncopated one, that was cool. There is some repetition in here, but they really are mixing it up when the things come back. Like they keep the things the same just enough because you do want to hear it again, but then they change it just a little bit. Like when the piano thing came back, it was more full of chords rather than arpeggios in there. Oh gosh, there's so much. I'm having trouble keeping up with this. It's difficult for my brain, my musical brain, to keep up with this, but at the same time, it's really fun, okay? And we still have some left, so once again, I'll back it up and we're gonna keep going. Whew. Okay. That was a roller coaster ride. That was amazing. There's so much to decipher here. I just don't even know where to begin. The drummer, awesome. Very busy all the way through it. I liked how some of the rhythm right there towards the end was more sparse. Again, that's how you kind of have to mix it up. And that was kind of signaling to us that it was winding down. But then it also switched right at the last second. It was almost an abrupt ending. It's hard to end a song. I say that a lot. This one is rather abrupt. But you know what? That's kind of the way a roller coaster ends too. Like you go through all the turns and the twists and the loops and everything. And when you finally come back into, the house where all the lines are and people get in, it's like, and it's just like, oh, okay, done. Your hair is all windblown. And so I feel like, first of all, this was an enjoyable ride. Absolutely. But I feel like it did just like, come to a close really quickly. Too quickly? No, I think that's what's needed. I think it matches the roller coaster. Yeah, it slipped right into a beat of 3, and the percussion was getting sparse, and then there was something happening with the guitar. There were a couple of added sounds in the background, and it just zoom. And honestly, it just makes you want to get back in line and ride the roller coaster again. Let's hear that ending. Let's hear it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then and it fades away. So it's kind of a fade out, but not really, because everything stopped and it was just more like a decay. Well, I don't need to go back to the beginning necessarily to remember what's there. Sometimes when I get to the end of a song like this, I'm like, how did it start again? Because we've been through so much. But the opening is so memorable. I love it. You all know I love vocal music, and I love that opening. So is that one person looped over the top? Because that's kind of what I'm learning, like with Boston. And again, I don't mean to completely compare one group to another. That's just my current experience. So my brain's going to go there. But I know that they looped the same musicians kind of over and over again. Is that what's happening here? I don't know. But the lead singer is quite good. All right, I have to go back to the beginning. I have to hear that opening again. It's so good.
Carry on, my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
That is a rockin' riff right there. And you notice the percussion, the drum came in a little bit sparse at first too. So I see the connection from the start of this song to the end. It wasn't that random. There are characteristics that definitely carried over. It carried on. Okay, sorry. That vocal chorus, I still don't know if it's just one person looped over. I would love to be able to see like a men's a cappella group sing that. I'm sure it's been done. I'm sure there are arrangements out there. But what's really cool is that you can hear the individual voices, like some of the inner voices, dipping and scooping and adding little ornamentation at different times. Sometimes it's just the top voice that does that, but you can hear little things poking out in the middle. I'm going to go back and see if we can catch one of those. Listen for the middle voices.
Carry on, my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest.
No, that was all together.
Don't you cry no more.
Yeah, so the last two phrases were together, but the first two, the upper voices would do a little scoop, and then the lower and middle and lower voices would do a little scoop. That just adds more texture to it. I really like, because that is not like typical choral singing with the open throat and the space and, but they all match. And so it makes for a really tight ensemble. Okay, you know what? There are words in this. I heard something about a ship on the ocean, and that might be it. Oh boy. My instrumental brain was just really busy, so I apologize. Lyrics are important. I do believe that. My brain just doesn't agree. So we're going to look at some lyrics. Okay. Carry on, my wayward son. I'm so happy to finally know that line. Sometimes the first line in a song is not the title of it. But once I heard it, I was like, oh, okay. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more. Okay, that's a little deeper than I thought. Whew, okay. Masquerade is a man with a reason. My charade is the event of the season. Okay, is this just trying to find out who you are? Sort of introspective sort of thinking? Or is this a testament to like serving in the military and dealing with the memories and coming back not feeling like yourself? PTSD kind of stuff. This is almost sort of spiritual. Is it sort of, don't waste your life on the unimportant things? Or is it like the trauma in life and you make it through and you might be sad, but Surely heaven waits for you. I mean, that's what it's saying. Or is it becoming a better person? Carry on, my wayward son. Almost like a really, really important piece of advice from a wiser person on how to live your life, how to be a good person. Okay. Wow. Well, that was way deeper than I was expecting. And so now some of the form of this song really makes sense. And maybe all the different turns in life, and they just happened all the time, randomly. Like sometimes not even a full, like a 4-bar phrase, sometimes just 2 bars. Like it was barely like 2 bars, 2 or 3 measures of the 3/4, the triple time at the end. But even at the beginning, let's just see how much it changes. It's like going through a fun house or something. Like you're just like, what is happening? Here, let's see if we can find that. And this instrumental solo at the beginning. Now we're back. 2 bars of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we have this. It's beautiful. It's a great piano line. Ah, listen to that tone in his voice. It's a great voice.
Though my eyes could see, I still was a blind man. Though my mind could think, I still was a madman.
Yeah, so that's it's beautiful. It's way up high. I would love to be able to sit down and plunk that out. That's a fun piano line there. And so when it comes back later, it's a little heavier. Like there are more chords and more lower notes being played. Let's see if we can find that. That is a great riff right there. I love it. Yeah, it's a little bit lower in octave, and it's just really, there's so much emotion. I love that. Ah, it's really a heartfelt chord progression. So I just hear... I love it. It really draws emotion just right out. And that's where he was talking about the ship on the ocean. Okay. Style-wise, still, what in the world? The point, the style is there is no style. No, it definitely sounded a little prog rock in a few spots. Some of the echo, the distant sounding, the reverb was added in there. And then it was a little bit like heavy metal, like harder rock, and maybe even some southern rock. And then it's mixed in with that gospel. So, they're from Kansas. I think Topeka is what it said, Topeka, Kansas. That's sort of like on the borderline of being in the South. So I can see the influences there. I just like how there are no boundaries. So it leaves you guessing. Oh, I really hope that a lot of their music is like this. And then if they do pick a certain style to stay put in with one song, what is it going to be? Are they able to do one song in one style and another song in another style? Do they do some slow ballads? Because they could do all of those things so well. There's something about this, a quality about this even, that makes me feel like it's not from the 70s. It almost sounds more like the 80s. I think it's just some forward thinking on their part. Well, this was a fun ride. Okay, so that was Carry On Wayward Son by Kansas. Fantastic. Oh, I really want to try that keyboard solo. Something like that. Ooh, that's too much fun. I'm going to have to really go back. I just can't help myself. I'm going to have to figure that out. Well, this was really complex, very well crafted, very well produced, very well performed. Wow, who are these guys? What style are they? They really bend and blur the rules for music styles of this time, and I love that. So will this go on my playlist? Yeah, absolutely. Of course. And again, this was the winner of a poll. So I am going to also do the second place sometime in the near future. I'll have to go back and look and see which one that was. Oh, I can't remember right now. But I'm going to hear some more Kansas at some point in the near future, and I can't wait. Yeah, I'm going to listen to this a lot. This is good. So thank you for coming along with me on this little adventure. It really was quite a ride. And as always, just remember that you don't have to be perfect. Just be okay. And keep listening.